Hey guys, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell to be updated every time I make a new video. Thanks, let's begin. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Brian and I am the Horror Show host. And today I am taking a look at the next film on this list of movies. Not even really a list, just movies I watch and decide, hey, I want to do a video on it right after I watch it. And as you can see in the background, I have Jungle Holocaust on DVD from Shriek Show back there. But I also have it on Blu-ray from Code Red right here, which has a very similar inner artwork. A little bit more pushed back than that one, but... So this is Rosario Deodato's very first cannibal movie. Now, it isn't the first cannibal movie that belongs to Man from Deep River, or also known as Sacrifice. I'm pretty sure that's the first one. I think it was directed by Umberto Lenzi. But Rosario Deodato is mostly known for going on to direct Cannibal Holocaust, as well as another cannibal movie called Cut and Run, which looks awesome. But this is his 1977, I believe, feature film that is just as gnarly, just as savage as... let's say Slave of the Cannibal God, or Mountain of the Cannibal God. They always have different titles. But this had a very similar vibe. It even had some of the same animal cruelty, which was a bit weird. I mean, they had the Komodo versus the snake. I remember that from Mountain of the Cannibal God. But this has I think it's about an equally engaging story. Mountain of the Cannibal God follows a team of people trying to find a lost husband, and there's twists and turns and cannibals. Jungle Holocaust is a bit more spooky in approach. A plane carrying 4 passengers lands in the middle of the jungle to meet up with another team. However, that team is now missing, and, well, there be cannibals in the jungle, and very quickly, half of them are picked off. That's 2 of them. So you're stuck with 2 guys trying to survive in this jungle world. This was also known as Last Cannibal World, which I could see it go either way, actually, with the title. One thing leads to another, and the 2 men get split up, and one of them is presumed dead. And, well, before I get into this any further, I want to say that there's spoilers in this video. I didn't say that in my last one, and I felt pretty, annoyed with myself that I didn't even edit it in. That there was going to be spoilers. So, this time around, there are spoilers in these videos, and, they find each other eventually about an hour in, and this is after the one other guy has been taken to the tribe's cave home, and all sorts of nasty stuff happens there. It's not quite to the level of, I'd say, Slave of the Cannibal God, because there's a scene where they're all masturbating in there, and it's quite disturbing. But this one, it just has animal cruelty, which is a sad and disturbing thing. But it's still seen on National Geographic, and you still see it in public educational videos. I mean, most of the time these animals are eaten, so I don't know. I'm not going to try to sound too cynical, because I know there's people who absolutely will not stand for cannibal movies and their animal cruelty, but for me, meh. I mean, it's hard to watch, because I do love animals. But they eat them. It's... whatever. I'm not getting into it right now. I've discussed it before in other videos. I've had several opinions on the matter, but we're going to talk about the film from here on out. I promise. The jungle setting is very, it's not very pretty. It's very thick and hard to get through, and I love that about it. It's very claustrophobic. And when they get to the cave, it's all the more unsettling. There's always this feeling of dread that they will be captured eventually. But there's a subtext to this movie. It's more of who are the real cannibals here than the way it was handled in Cannibal Holocaust, which is hilarious in my eyes. Cannibal Holocaust was all about who's more savage. Well, I got an answer for you. Robert Harper is the most savage of the bunch. Not that he's as brutal or malicious as the people in the Cannibal Holocaust, but he is more of a cannibal than they are. Dude goes crazy. After he encounters a primitive girl and they escape the cave, it's very tension-filled between the two. There's a lot of tension in the air. And eventually, she tries to run away. He catches up to her and begins to rape her. Now, you might be thinking, okay, now I'm hating this character. I absolutely hate him because of that sick, vile act. But there is a reason. It's to establish... Hear me out. It's to establish dominance. And it's not because, oh, I'm the man, so I'm going to establish dominance on this woman. No, it's more leadership dominance. Like, he's going to lead her and keep her safe, which, in the end, even he can't do. Because when you're one against many, the odds are stacked against you. But this was to show that he has gone insane, and he's becoming a cannibal in his own right, a savage more so. It's like a ritual in that sense. It's very hard to explain without sounding like I'm supporting rape, because I don't. Rape is a disturbing, disgusting, vile act. But, at the same time, there's really no other scenario you can give it other than this context, where it would make sense. There was already sexual tension between the both of them when they were in the cave. So, I'm not going to say what I was just going to say, because I'd lose everybody. This is getting really heavy into the rape scene. I'm not going to really delve into it much further. You'd have to watch the movie yourself to get the full realization of what I'm trying to say. Or maybe you can understand by just me trying to explain it very vaguely and poorly. But the cannibals in the film, they're a sick bunch. I mean, they're not sick. I mean, they're just doing their daily routines. But there is one scene where you can tell there was some studio or director tampering with, possibly. Because they say at the end of the movie that Robert had gone on to say that these accounts and rituals were what he saw. Well, what they do is pretty messed up. I wouldn't be surprised if what they did to one of the characters they actually did on an animal, but to a human? That's a bit barbaric. I'm not going to tell you who, but one of the people in the movie eventually gets killed, and they eventually cut them open from neck to torso, I guess, a little bit lower. Rip them open, pull out all their organs, try to crack the rib cage so it's wide open, and I think they stick some sticks in there to keep it open, and then they put flaming rocks in there. It's basically a human grill. It's disturbing. And especially to the character it happens to, you're like, what? I mean, I understand they wouldn't be able to bring this person back with them. I will say it's one of the tribe's people. But damn, easily the most graphic scene in the movie. In terms of the gore, we have that scene I just mentioned, as well as some brutal animal killings and some brutal human killings. There's one near the end where they foreshadow that they put cobra venom on it and it'll take 10 seconds to kill this person, or any person that gets in contact with the spear. And so he scratches him while he's fighting him, and then he just goes down in 10 seconds. So I was like, I don't think it would happen like that fast. He scratched him right around his chest, so maybe because it went right to the heart. I don't know. But then they proceed to cut him open, and it'd be like, you did this to our friend. Well, serves you right. The music in the movie, as in the cheerful stuff they play, much like in Cannibal Holocaust, is very weird. It's very psychedelic, and you wonder who came up with the idea to put that kind of music in this movie. It was Balado Continello. I mean, I know Riz Ortolani did Cannibal Holocaust, but I'd never heard of this other guy. And, sorry, I'm very tired. It's like 3 o'clock in the morning. But I wanted to give my initial thoughts on this movie from first time viewing. It's a hard movie to watch in some respects, actually a lot of respects, but the music makes it all the more unsettling because you're like, that doesn't fit, that doesn't feel right, I feel very weird. So it just adds to the horror of the movie, if you will. This is a crazy movie. I didn't watch any of the special features yet. I might when I try to watch it again to rate my review because, I don't know, it's got interviews with the two actors that played the male leads in this movie. There's also the R-rated and theatrical cut, as well as an audio commentary with Ian, Jane, and Horn's Recorder. You will notice while watching this movie that some of the sound kind of pops, and I can probably guess why some of the scenes are probably found and implemented to extend the length of that one scene. But the sound popped in between. It's hard to try to justify when it's 3 o'clock in the morning what I'm trying to say. But Jungle Holocaust, it wasn't as groundbreaking as Cannibal Holocaust, but it gets the job done. It serves your cannibal desires if you have them or not. It's not the tamest I've seen. There's definitely tamer cannibal movies, but it's definitely not the sickest as well. I think in terms of shock value, I've seen 3 cannibal movies now that are from the Italians, like Slave of the Cannibal God, Cannibal Holocaust, and Jungle Holocaust. I might have seen another one, I'm not sure, but out of those 3, Cannibal Holocaust is still the sickest and the most shocking, but this was a pretty good contender. The Mountains of the Cannibal God, or Slave of the Cannibal God, it felt more like an adventure movie for about an hour, and then it turned into a real horror movie. But this, I'd say, if you want to watch Cannibal Holocaust, before you do, watch Jungle Holocaust to get an idea for where the director is going with his messages, and then conclude it with Cut and Run, which I haven't seen yet, but that's his trifecta of cannibal movies. So that's going to do it for this video, guys. Thank you all for watching, and I am Brian Gatto, the horror show host. Make sure to like, comment on, as well as share this video. Like my Facebook fan page, and support me on Patreon, or even $1 a month will help keep this channel going on strong, and I'd greatly appreciate it. Plus, you'll get access to body counts and other music videos that you can't get on YouTube because of copyright and age restriction. Also, hit that notification bell to be notified every time I make a new video, and as always, subscribe. Time for bed.